KOLESNIK, Azerbaijan. U23 took 5th a couple of years ago. There is Mimi Nikolova HRISTOVA, Bulgaria. Bulgaria in the team race, combating with Ukraine for the European team title. So we get our first look at a Bulgarian tonight. It's in the second weight class of the evening at 57 kilos. Green from Bulgaria, the red from Azerbaijan. We're underway.
These are those singlets you've said you're a big fan of, right?
I do. I like them. I like that green-blue combination.
I was curious on the last Ukrainian wrestler, her shoes that she had on the ASICs. I saw Zan Beleniuk. He'll wrestle tomorrow in the 87-kilo finals, but he also had them on, and they must be custom shoes because I've never seen them before.
Specifically designed for the Ukrainians. I'll tell you what, they might all be wearing those shoes if they keep wrestling the way they have, especially on the women's side. Azerbaijan gets the opening 2, takedown by KOLESNIK. KOLESNIK goes into that leg lace. She's close, really close. Gives up on that side for a moment, now gives up on the hold, and a 2-0 lead.
She was in great position. Coming back to her right, it would have been a perfect opportunity or perfect recipe to finish this match, but could not get HRISTOVA stretched out.
See these counter attacks by KOLESNIK. Immediately drops low, looking for another lace. Instead goes back up around the waist. Has a leg trapped. And nowhere to go with it, but a 4-0 advantage.
Pretty slick takedown there. Started on the right hip and swiveled her head to the left hip. Almost disappeared on her opponent.
KOLESNIK had some success in the younger brackets. We talked about her 5th place showing a couple of years ago in the U23. Took 5th at the Cadet Worlds in 2012.
So important that we're putting such emphasis on the cadet and junior level now. I'm paying attention to these wrestlers that are competing here, and I'm seeing the likes of Ramon Beschard, I know, for Switzerland today. He became Switzerland's one of their first ever world finalist a year ago at the junior level in Trnava, Slovakia, and he's competing here, and it's transitioning. They're just continuing to build from the cadet to the junior to the senior level, and these nations that aren't historically good at wrestling are starting to grow because they're starting at such a young age.
I always compare it, and this will be more of an American analogy, but it's like a farm system. You have to get the product, get them into these types of environments, competing against upper-tiered athletes like they do in the cadets, like they have in the juniors, and then you work your way up into the senior division level, and you're right. That's where you load up on the talent. Countries such as Ukraine, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan has had a lot of those wrestlers have success in those under brackets, those junior level brackets. So very pivotal, and it's amazing when you get a wrestler, you know, just we saw a Czech Republic wrestler bring home a medal. We saw earlier Netherlands. When you bring one of those back, it's amazing how your numbers and your skill and your talent level jumps in those cadets and juniors, and the interest it brings back to your country and to the sport. 3 minutes in the books, 4-0, a pretty dominant opening 3 from Alonia KOLESNIK. Azerbaijan doesn't have to worry about too many adjustments. She has had things go her way in the first period. A little bit of a different story in the other corner, though, for HRISTOVA. 25 years old, she competed in the women's freestyle event at the Summer Olympics. That was at 58 kilos, so she has Olympic experience. She was eliminated in the round of 32 in Rio. Second period underway. Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, 57 kilos.
This is always one of the deepest weight classes in the world. You look last year. Wait to see how this plays out here. KOLESNIK looking for a takedown, but Rong Ningning of China winning the World Championship over Biljana Dudova, who we saw last night. Biljana Dudova, of course, moves up, and you'll see Rong at the Asian Championships. You'll be on the call in a couple of weeks, but always one of the deepest weight classes. And you think that the likes of Grace Bullen went to the World Championships in Budapest and didn't place, and then goes to the U23 World Championships and defeats Rong, who ended up winning the world title in Budapest. So it just goes to show you the depth of this weight class. It's always fun to watch.
Look at that arm strength by KOLESNIK, but it's Bulgaria who comes away with 2. They're each going to exchange 2, and Bulgaria pisses it maybe to get the fall. Boy, you talk about a turn of events. Bulgaria looking for the fall, rallying from way down. This is tight, and she has an eternity of time to position. One final thrust. Will it be enough for KOLESNIK to try to fend off a huge turn of events? Boy, that is tight, and she gets back to her base.
How are they going to score this? So it looked like 2-2, but either way, there was a lot of time there, and it looked like she had her right arm trapped, which is why she couldn't get that right arm to the half. She was working on it right there. If she would have been able to sneak that right arm out and get it to a half, she would have potentially had a better opportunity to pick up the fall, but she's on the board, and that's all you need sometimes, just to see a couple of points go by your name to get the train on the tracks rolling.
I think both wrestlers are a little gassed after that exchange on that whistle. They weren't too quick, but Bulgaria is going to have to re-energize soon. HRISTOVA running out of time, down 6-2, trying to pick up a bronze medal, trying to get some team points for Bulgaria. This position isn't going to get it done. You see HRISTOVA looking over at the clock. There's a throw off that headlock, and it's a 4-pointer uncorked by KOLESNIK, and now she squeezes tight, and she gets the fall. There was some of the offense we were expecting at 53.
And the difference when each wrestler had their opponent on their back, KOLESNIK able to get her hips settled down and tighten it up. Picks up the bronze medal for Azerbaijan.
Winner is KOLESNIK from Azerbaijan.